There are tons of ways to make money online and from home, but today I'm going to share the top 10 easiest. Starting with number 1, an underrated way that simply requires effort and no investment. Freelancing. If you like taking on various jobs, freelancing is a fantastic choice. Almost every ability, including writing, photography, graphic design, handiwork, and software development, can be freelanced without requiring a long-term commitment. A tried and true technique to earn some additional money is by freelancing. However, if you want to earn a living as a freelancer, you'll need to book numerous jobs concurrently. Rarely does one contract provide enough money to pay for daily expenses. This means you'll need to create some sort of system for gathering leads, learn how to put together cold pitches, and be aware of any opportunities for business that aren't available through the usual channels. Top websites for freelancers to find work are Freelancer.com, Upwork, 99 Designs, Fiverr, and TaskRabbit. When you work for yourself, you are your own boss. Nobody is going to hand you work and order you to finish it. You must be the one to start things. You must use a variety of methods to advertise yourself as part of that endeavor. It won't do to rely just on freelance sites to discover you well-paying jobs. People must be aware of what you do. One of the first places you should look is social media. If you just inform your acquaintances of the services you are providing, you could be astonished at the response you receive. One strategy is to post about your activities. Making a list of your friends who you believe would be interested in your services or who may know someone who would be more successful. Send a private note to these pals. They'll serve as your initial supporters. Partnering with agencies is another method of promotion that freelancers disregard. The amount of work required to find leads is reduced by joining a recruitment agency. Usually, agencies have connections to a number of big businesses wishing to hire independent contractors. Because agencies require a cut as well, the contracts with them are frequently greater. An emerging side business is teaching English online. Before any of these internet venues began to appear, teachers who desired to instruct English abroad would travel there by plane. Although it's still an option, teaching online has grown to be a common substitute. The relatively low barrier to admission is what attracts people to teaching online. You only need to be a native English speaker and, in some situations, have a college or university degree to qualify. Once that is established, the only thing left to do is to choose the best platform, and there are many. The platforms listed below have been successful in matching teachers with online teaching opportunities. Popular websites for online English instruction include Italki, Teachaway, VIPKid, Cambly, and Data. Your earning potential varies. The answer is contingent upon the platform and, in some situations, your background. Some platforms pay up to $25 per hour, while others only pay 0.17 cents per minute, or about $10 per hour. The standards are far less strict if you use a platform like Cambly, and the students are more interested in improving their English than in learning. You must give lesson plans to younger children who may not speak any English at all if you choose other solutions like Data or Italki. You must choose an experience that best satisfies your objectives. You won't get rich doing it, but you sure can make a comfortable salary right from home. Another option is using Amazon Mechanical Turk. MTurk is a crowdsourcing platform. Businesses can use it to temporarily recruit remote workers to carry out virtual jobs. These duties typically entail gathering information, running polls, or confirming data. What kind of earnings are possible on MTurk? On MTurk, the vast majority of jobs, if not all, pay pennies on the dollar. For completing a psychological survey, you can be paid $1, but that is regarded as extraordinarily high pay. The majority of Turk's gigs fall between 0.01 and 0.35 cents. Additionally, Amazon takes anywhere between 20 and 45% off of every transaction. According to a recent academic study, Turkers, Turk employees, make an average of $2 per hour. This isn't ideal if your average wage in your country is much higher, but it is for countries that have a low minimum wage like the Philippines. The fact that Turkers are prepared to accept this wage is not all that remarkable, given that 1/3 of them are otherwise unemployed and the majority report having household incomes of less than $47,000. This might not be the best platform if you're trying to make a solid living from home, but it's a worthy mention for some. Do you like photography? Well, selling photos online can be very profitable. Just please don't let the fact that anyone with a smartphone may theoretically be a photographer discourage you. More than ever, brands and influencers are searching for content, and the majority of that material need photographs to accompany it. When you first start off, you should concentrate on two things. To succeed as a photographer, you must have a recognizable look. Your audience must be able to predict something from your photos. Whether you decide to concentrate on fashion photography, travel, portraits, or nature, stick with it. At the very least until your audience is accustomed to knowing that they can rely on your output. Early exposure is crucial, thus your closest friend will be a site like Instagram. Be consistent with your posting frequency and conduct some hashtag research to make sure you're connecting with the proper people. People will be able to buy images directly from your stream if you convert your Instagram account to a business account. After these two aspects of your brand are established, you may start to make money. Although selling photos can be challenging, finding the right platform is essential. Here are a few places to think about selling on. Shutterstock, Adobe Stock, Getty Pictures, 500px, 2020, Fotolia, and iStock. Like selling products instead? Often, it's difficult for creatives to find work that pays well. In many cases, the issue isn't the caliber of the work they generate, but rather how to expose that work to consumers eager to part with their money. That is Etsy's beauty. Etsy has established itself as one of the top marketplaces for selling handcrafted goods, unusual vintage things, and arts and crafts. They function more like a community for artists and small business owners who are searching for unique items that are unavailable in brick-and-mortar shops or on bigger consumer shopping websites. Etsy is the best platform if you have a knack for producing your own artwork, whether it be visual art, postcards, photography, or accessories. On Etsy, opening a store is a rather simple process. Create an account, complete with a bio and photo. Open your Etsy shop by clicking the Sell on Etsy link. You can name your shop after providing some basic demographic information, country, language, and currency. Do you believe you can create a product that consumers will buy? If so, your best course of action might be to launch an online store. You'll have the opportunity to sell goods to customers directly, cutting out the middleman. Naturally, this implies that you will be responsible for a sizable portion of the workload. What follows is included in that. 1. A site where you can host your stuff. 2. Credit card processing account, something like Stripe or PayPal. 3. A logistics strategy, or method of taking orders and delivering goods to customers. 4. A location to store all of your goods. 5. A promotion plan to let people know what you're selling. If you don't have any of your own products, you might think about using dropshipping to sell other people's goods. How about something a little more simple? Transcribing audio is one of the most time-consuming steps in conducting an interview. To do it correctly, it can take hours, and employing transcribing software isn't always reliable. Not to mention that transcription is required for a variety of other purposes besides interviews. Businesses will pay pretty large sums for human transcription services because of these factors. The client will determine all of this. Rates for audio transcription range from 0.60 cents to $1.20 per minute. Additionally, you might be compensated by audio hour. This may cost $10 to $20 every audio hour. The average pay for a medical transcriptionist, however, is $34,770, according to the Bureau of Statistics and Labor. What about being an assistant? A virtual one, and yes, it does work and it does pay. Learning or honing a talent is the key to becoming a successful VA. Begin with free education. You may actually get certifications by taking free courses offered by websites like HubSpot and LinkedIn. The next step is to go on to websites like Udemy, which do have a cost but are less expensive than enrolling in a full semester of college-level coursework. You must consider how to draw customers before considering where to find them. Therefore, you are your finest form of advertising. Find ways to showcase your abilities so that others are aware of what you are capable of. If you want to manage blogs, then run your own blog to support your claim. Following that, the following places are where virtual assistants can locate clients: LinkedIn, People Per Hour, and on Upwork. Starting your own website might also be worthwhile. Your website will serve as a central repository for all of your work and a demonstration of your abilities. You may have heard about doing surveys, and that it will pay less than $2/hour like Turk. But some pay more. Making money online in this way is a low-stress endeavor. You don't need any special abilities, and it doesn't need a lot of effort. All that is needed is time, and even that is typically not much. This also implies that you shouldn't plan on using this as your primary side business. Some surveys don't even pay in cash, instead, they award you with points that can be redeemed at particular stores. Here are the best places to make actual cash filling out surveys: Swagbucks, Opinion Outpost, Taluna, Pinecoast Research, and Survey Junkie. And we have the long-term, turtle wins the race approach, but some make six figures and even millions doing this one. How do we start earning money this way? By starting a blog. It's important to mention the word niche for a reason. Your blog should be completely dedicated to one subject. Being a food blogger is not sufficient anymore. You should be writing blogs on European rural cafes instead of food in general, as an example. The key is that your material needs to be specific enough that your audience always knows what they're getting, even when that example may not be visually appealing. And once that audience has been located, affiliate marketing becomes even more successful. In affiliate marketing, you are compensated for sending customers to a retailer with whom you have a relationship. Usually, this is done by providing links on your blog page that point your readers to merchandise off of your website. To find partners who fit your topic, your blog needs to be specialized. Using the rural cafes as an example, you are unlikely to publish affiliate connections for pet toys. Keep the connection to something more related to your niche. This can be built over time massively, and there are tons of affiliate networks and offers you can sell over time. The most beautiful thing about blog building is there are no limits to how many you can make. If you found value in this video, please be sure to share, and we'll see you next time.